In today's tutorial, I'll teach you how to do this paper tear effect where we have a stormy background image and then we have that paper tear that reveals a clear blue sky. You can easily copy it onto different parts or different images and elements and add whatever you like on your images. So let's jump into Canva and see how we do it. And we're starting from a blank slide. Now first I want to go to elements and here type in, let's say, storm landscape. See what we can find. Go to photos. And then we want to look for a nice storm image, something where the cloud is very dark and very impressive, that we have a nice contrast to work with. Maybe we want to do like a field. Oops, field that is. And then you can look for any of the images with a nice dark background. So let's drag this one on the slide, but you can almost do it with anyone. There's a few more really nice ones. So let's also make one for this here. So we have two and you can see how easy it is to recreate it. Now we're going to look for that paper tear. So we're going to type in paper tear and then go for graphics and see which ones we can find. So there's a few ones that you can use. You can add them to your design, but we're going to look for a specific one. I think someone that comes from the corner of the slide. I think that will be cool. But the effect is the same. You want to use it for any of the other ones. You just want to have the transparent one. So this won't work quite well. We want to have, this would be good. So we have that sort of shape, but we want to have the transparent background. So that's transparent, so that's pretty good. And I'm going to use a one from Magic Recommendations. And I think this one will work quite well. So we have also a bit of an odd shape and that will show you how to do it with the different shapes. Now what we want to do is we want to use or look for a frame that sort of fits in this part. So for that, I'm going to go for frames. There's a frames tab and then maybe type in trapezoid. I think that will be the closest that we can get. And then look for one that will nicely fit. Sometimes you have to look for it. I think this one could work, or this one even. And if we use this one and we turn it, we can sort of increase it. You can always play around with that width if you need it to get it exactly right. So if we make it slightly smaller or larger, and then just drag it like this until we cover the part of that image or that frame that we're selecting. And you can see that it's now turned on its side. So what will happen if we use like a sunny sky, and then of course to photos. And if we want to then look for a nice picture of a sunny sky, let's go for a very light one. So the contrast is very, very high. That's what we want to achieve. So blue, maybe something like this. That's too light. We want to have a little bit of a cloud and sun in the picture. I think this could work. So you can see that the image is now on its side. So I'm going to double tap it, scroll backwards, and now you can rotate the image within that frame. And then you can also reposition it if you want until you have it just about where you want to have it. Now, of course, if you want a different image or if you feel like it doesn't really fit, you can always just drag in a different image and just repeat that process until you find one that fits. You want to have an image of about a similar size as the other ones. That will look the best. And now, of course, we want to go to position and send it backwards behind that graph. And then it's about fine tuning. So we want to select the frame and then make it slightly smaller so you can see this edge here. We sort of put that away and we don't longer see it. And it's about fine tuning it until you have a good enough position. Now, of course, you can always just move it to the side, make it larger so that you nicely cover up all of the mistakes in your design. And if you then take these elements, you can easily copy those onto another slide, for example, or onto another design. And that will really give you a nice paper tear effect. Then you can add some text to it. Let's say we do summer, we make it white, and then we scale it just down a little bit. Is coming. And then we can make a nice poster or an advert out of it. Also here, if you do it, give it a different font, a bit more playful, that could work and give you quite a nice result. So I think it's a pretty cool way to play around with your images. Let's put that on full screen. So I think this paper tear effect is really cool and adds some intrigue to your designs. You can use it on different backgrounds and elements and really play around with it until you have a result that you like. Thanks a lot for watching. If you want to learn more about Canva, make sure to watch the video on the screen right now.